So now we're going through the parts for the LED tubes and their serials. We have a bill of materials spreadsheet, and then we have two variants. So it depends on which workshop you'll be doing with the student. In case, I would recommend doing 5 volts. A little bit simpler and less chance to blow up your LEDs. But for professional and organizations that we work with, I recommend a 12 volt system because you can go further with more light and less power injection. So have number 1, aluminum channels. And for kids, we're going to have 2 of these for 1 kit. For adults, we have 4 each kit. The channels include a diffuser, and it just connects onto the channel, quite easy to use. So let's demonstrate that. Just a little bit of pressure with the thumb and it works. Like that. The channel also has a protective cover you can remove. You can take that off. And I'm not going to do all of it because we have to put the LED strip in it. Maybe my assistant will do that for me. So let's do number 5 here. These are the LED lights, and we're using 5 volt for the kids kit. So just something to be aware of, 5 volt does not go very far when you feed it power. But it's totally fine for 2 tubes, no problem. We're going to use 60 LEDs per meter, so this is actually 1 meter, and it comes with the input and the side and the output connector. For the adults, we would teach soldering, but we're not going to do that today. So on the back is this blue film that covers the sticky adhesive. We're going to be taking that off and sticking one of these into the channel. So you want to make sure that it's in the middle. So let's make sure you can see a bit better. So before you actually start sticking it, make sure you get it right in the center and at the ends. And on both sides, that's about the same gap. I would also recommend not taking off the entire blue film yet. You want to start, stick it in the right place. When you're happy with where it is, then you should start to peel it off. Doesn't matter which way, because there's no orientation yet for the clip. We haven't done the clips yet. So I'm going to go ahead and start picking. Maybe come on camera here. You just watch how Nate does it. You don't just, are you having, you have a question about the sliding?
No.
Yeah, don't slide it, you just snap it on. So Nate was starting to slide the cover, you don't want to slide it, you just press your fit. Nice and easy. So we have an early version this will be provided in this kit, and we have to 3D print these. These are end caps to protect the LED from being pulled out, and they also provide mounting option with a 1/4 inch stud. And then we also want to use an M3 bolt. I think it's like a 3mm, and it has a matching nut. It's a little bit hard to see. I'll show you over here. Not focusing. No focus. No fancy focus. Could you go over there to the camera? There we can see, you can't see me and my blue. Just turn it around, show the bolt proof. bolt. And can you show the inside of that bolt? Hold. Okay, hopefully you have a better understanding of the clip now. Thank you. And then you want to add it and show how you wrap around the plane relief. It will be a little bit modified later, but we'll work with what we have today. Yeah. You need some help?
Oh no.
Make sure we can see it here. For this part, we're going to wrap into here. And I'm going to actually make sure it's this way around. Also, before we move on forward, this is an input. There's two kinds. So these are designed to connect together. So you can't pull them apart. The input is a female and the output is a male. So we're going to make sure we match the input. I'll do that first because that's where most of the strain will be. So essentially what we're going to do is just feed each one into there and follow the channel. And it's going to do that now. Come. So let's see, did you tighten the... Not yet, okay. So it looks like Nate did a good job of routing the cable through. Oh, we must have missed this part. So This just gives us a fairly decent plane relief and prevents us from pulling the LED strip out. But if you notice, they're still a bit loose here. And this is what this bolt is for, this M3 bolt. So I have a matching screwdriver. And I'll just tighten that down. And now it's pretty snug. And I think we could go a little bit more tighter. Alright, that's pretty snug. That's not coming up. So we can do some really cool stuff with this. Let's switch over to full view. It might be difficult to see. Let's take this off. So this is a stud. And often used for film, camera equipment or lighting. And this is a 1/4 inch thread, and what we can do is with the heat set brass insert, you can screw this in here. And this gives us a nice anchor point that we can use a clamp for. This is called a Mayfair clamp. I really like these. So they allow you to tighten down onto pretty much anything that you can grip and will not crumble. So let's attach it to this table here. And then I can take this part and just drop it into the top. Tighten it. There we go. That's just one of the ways that we can mount this. And there we go. Not bad, it's not going anywhere. Okay. Pretty cool. So now we can look into power and data. So I'm going to use the last 20 minutes to cover that. So let's plug in our power bank. So you see that's the USB micro. I'm going to plug that into my power outlet. Don't know if you can see as the blue light just turned on. So that's showing me that it's actually 3/4 full. The blue light is showing me that it's 3/4 full. And this one is the USB-C. And that one will plug into the top here. Okay. So now we're going to need to create our power injection. If you remember, we had our in and our out, and we're going to take the USB-C and I think how to do this. To need one more of these. Yeah, we're going to want to cut it through these two. So the goal will be to use our wire stripper and does not need to be long. The shorter the better, but you want to leave yourself enough room to strip the ends. I'm going to do the first one and Nate can do the other. So it might be hard to see, but it's the second one from the right with this fancy tool. And I don't know if you can see, but giving us a nice stripped insulation. Okay. There's another kind of stripper. These are my two favorites. So we have this one, where you get very precise how much you want to take off. This one is less accurate, but it's easier to strip more at the same time. So let's show you that. to make sure that it's all flat, and hopefully you can just see. And with one tool I was able to do 3 at the same time. Want to try it? Make sure you're following. So the next step we're going to need is a screwdriver. I'd recommend one with a small flat edge end instead of a Phillips, because it will bite better onto the screw terminal. This one is just conveniently as husky one is, let's switch them around. I'm going to loosen these to open up the screw terminal. And we're going to take our ESP32 board and do the same thing. Might be hard to see, but it says GND, meaning ground, 5 volts, 5 volts, ground, and can't quite see it, but those are the 2 data pins. So we're going to make a sort of a T shape here and do this. Well, actually, no. Let me think 1 second. We're just going to focus on the power injection here. That's later. So, in other words, we are going to wiggle. Just wiggle for now. Combine the white ground like this, and the red 5 volts in this case. I'm going to use the Wago to connect the data. This is the lever nut, a Wago lever nut, and when you lock down it bites down on the connector. Something to remember is that these are bridged, so these contacts can see each other. They're not separate. So we want the green data to be connected. Make sure that it's inserted fully. Not doing it. Got one. Together. Okay, let's do ground first. You can see. This can be a little bit tricky, but we're looking for, on here it says G&D and voltage bus, so we want the white one on G&D on ground. I'm going to glue that together. Like that's it. And then the same thing on the V bus, the voltage. So the plus 5 volts in this case. Insert that there. Make sure it's all the way in. Not tightening that down. Sometimes it takes a few tries, but I got it right the first time. Practice makes perfect. So we're working on our 3D printed part that these are going to go into, and it will allow it to be secure and won't come out, but we don't have that ready just yet. But I'll show you the design, what that looks like for the CAD. Very important is the dip switch. We want them all to be off, and that will pass through 5 volts. In this case it won't matter as much because our power supply can only do 5 volts, but if you use USB-C power, it can do other voltages, such as 12 volts for our professional system. So let's see, to plug this in. And there you go, we have this blue light, this power is coming through here. And we will be ready to add this to our tube. And we're going to need one more connector on here, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to go into WLED picker, and we're going to inject this in the middle. So it'll be here, and this one is going to connect to the Pico with our male output. So Nate, you want to do this one? This way we probably can avoid these, which makes it a lot simpler and more robust. So Nate, do you want to go ahead and we'll make a note in the documentation that we want white to be on ground, white on ground, red on 5 volts, 5V, and green on T2, the one on the outside. I'm going to make a note of that in the documentation. T2 green. Doesn't matter. Confirming. That's good. So you should be ready. Alright, after all of our hard work, you should be able to connect everything. There's a couple of missing pieces like the 3D printed cases to protect the electronics, but they will be included in your kit for in the next 2 weeks when we have those ready. So the order of which we're going to connect these is take your power injector and we're going to plug in Nate, we did the wrong one. Sorry about that. Could you mind replacing swap that out? Again, we made a mistake here, so you want to make sure that you put the female end on the WLED picker. I'm going to make a note in that in the documentation so we move for next time. So go ahead and flip this. Try to keep a clean workstation as we go. Nate's just going to fix that, and I'm going to work on documentation.
Mario.
Okay, let's try that again. So double check. Looks good. Ground 5 volt T2. Okay. Now we should be ready to make sure we have a male and instead of a female on the WLED picker. So we'll take our power injector, connect the male end to the female input, and now we're going to add the female input of the power jack to. I call this one the female. It has the holes. This one has the pins. I see stop power. That's good. But nothing is happening on our tube. I feel like it should be just on at this point. Let's test another strip. Just going to do a quick sanity check.
You build it differently.
I think the tube is fine.
How many wires are connected?
It's because I'm changing the design a little bit. Could you check if it's on T11 or T2?
Well,
That says 1. I thought it said 11. Okay, that's the
the
reason why.
green cord is in the T2.
You just have to, and it will work. Figuring out all the little bugs, and I'm just a little bit tired today. So I'm going to put a note of T1 is the pin that we want to use. I can see we are now live. Always a good feeling. I have another kind that lets me rotate it better. But for now, this is the one that broke. Yeah, that's the part that makes it sort of bend backwards a little bit. So, success! We have now USB power battery into USB-C cable into power delivery P injection of power, and then the WLED picker goes through the power injection. It gets power from here backwards, and then the LED just gets power going forwards. And in our next workshop, we're going to work on programming the WLED to map to this tube and the second one if it's available, and change effects and colors and that to sync them together to create different experiences, which is a lot of fun. So thank you for watching. I will continue to improve the documentation, have it ready every week. We're adding more knowledge and information that will be very valuable for the team and our community. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for watching. Thank you for helping.